Hey there, this is Nathan Agan, and welcome to the Working Actor's Journey, connecting you with lifelong professionals. Today we have a voiceover text work session with Marcelo Tubert from episode number 27. Previous sessions of text work include pieces by Shakespeare, Pinter, Stoppard, and newer works. And if you enjoy this text work session, I highly encourage you to check out the full episode with the guest, as it is packed with so much more on life as a working actor. In today's episode, Marcelo shares how he approaches a voiceover audition for a video game. We look at what direction and description is initially provided, and then to use your instincts to create your own performance rather than going for an impersonation. You'll hear the actual audition Marcelo sent in, and we also get into dealing with rejection and booking jobs. Now, if you're really enjoying this podcast, you can become a patron. Starting at just $2 per month, get exclusive access to behind the scenes and additional content, and be a part of taking this show to the next level. And for those who join at the co-star level or higher, just $5 or more per month, you also receive a 10% discount on our workshops and programs. Go to workingactorsjourney.com/premium to join now. And speaking of workshops, our next virtual rehearsal room is in June 2022, and it's acting the role with Susan Angelo and Bo Foxworth on The Macbeths. Bo and Susan have played Lord and Lady M multiple times across the country, and they'll work with both actors and audience to dive into these great parts. You'll look at what makes these characters tick, how their relationship informs their choices, and the demise of each of them. As always, the rehearsal room is a supportive, collaborative, and relaxed environment where you can learn the skills to serve you in any medium. Witness how pros actually do the work and then practice with scenes and monologues. Whether you're serious about acting or just a fan of these characters, don't miss this unique opportunity to explore. We're opening registration April 27th, and seats are limited, so head to workingactorsjourney.com to find out more and sign up. Okay, today's excerpt with Marcelo is a wonderful session because, above everything else, you hear how much he trusts himself. Now, of course, he's been doing this a while, but confidence only really comes from action. So the more you're trying and testing and seeing what you can do, the more you will discover what's possible and where your strengths and gifts lie. So here we go with Marcelo and his voiceover audition. Please enjoy the text work. Okay, we were talking about instinct and whatever process and technique, there is that you use. You had sent me this audition, this recent voiceover audition, and just for kind of NDA purposes, we won't disclose what it was, but it was for an animation or video game? It was a video game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, you get this, there's a little bit of script, there's a little bit of character description, but you were telling me beforehand that, you felt really good about this audition. So I was curious if you could kind of walk me through a little bit, okay, this lands in your email. What do you do?
Yeah. Do you have the description there handy?
Yeah, sure.
Because read me what it says about the character description.
So he has a mid to deep and somewhat rough or gravelly voice, but can be smooth in cadence, preferably. His speech is often almost cat-like and purring. Think rolled R's and drawing out of words, a la Eartha Kitt's Catwoman character.
Yeah, so that was kind of the key so those are the things that Harvey, I don't do impersonations, I don't do copy, I can't do that shit. It's not what I'm good at. But I found that in the, and I don't have a hugely deep voice, normally.
Okay.
But I can get down in the air, and I like that.
Get a little gravelly,
and then he's stretched, and it's just, so I just found a couple of places where I could do that little stretchy thing. And so it gives me an idea, and I thought, I want to play with that. And I don't spend a lot of time. I probably should spend more time, but I didn't get the role, by the way, but I loved my audition, which happens a lot in voiceovers. You mostly don't get them, but that just kind of gave me a hint with the graveliness. I'm not going to try to imitate Bardin or any of those people they mentioned. I don't even I just try to find my own thing. Where can I find a word I didn't really roll an R, but I kind of stretched a word. And I like the idea of the cat-like thing. So that gave me a thing about a rhythm and how maybe he talks. And so I did that I did a couple of different takes. And then I listened back to it and I thought, oh my gosh, that sounds really good. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent it off to the agent and I said, hey, I really like this. And they go, yeah, that was really good.
And here's the actual audition Marcelo sent in.
I want to make this right. I will make this right. I just want to finish my nap first. Yes, scale the unscalable wall, pick the unpickable lock, evade the unblinking eye, blah, 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 blah. I thought you said this would be something new. There I was, staring into the silver eyes of the dragon atop the ice spire, my sling comrades strewn about me, and the princess screaming, and I realized but speaking of silver, my cup is dry, and recalling my deeds is thirsty work. Who wants to buy the next round, huh? You?
And so like how do you kind of reconcile, and maybe you've gotten to a certain point with this, of you feel really good about the job, but then divorcing yourself from the result of getting the job and booking the project?
This is a Gordon Hunt thing, and this is a sports thing, and this is a life thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's all about the process. Stay out of the results. You have no control. After the audition, whether it's on camera or a voiceover or whatever. And I mean, there are things that I really want to get them. And I try not to think about it. Sometimes they creep in. But basically, after you're done, the audition, you're done. They could decide they have his uncle is that guy. And so they want him to do it. Or, he reminds me of my uncle who I think is a shit. So I'm not, whatever. So that is such an important place to get to, I think, for artists. And we suffer as artists, I mean, actors in particular, about all the things we don't get, right? Mm-hmm. And really, all we have is the process. And it's, my daughter was a golfer, in golf or any sport, they talk about, you got to stay in the moment. You got to stay out of the result, stay in the moment, because that's all you got. And anytime you start doing the other thing, you're going to be tortured.
And do you feel like that also helped you, once you heard that from Gordon, take things less personally?
Yes. I don't take things personally. And
did you ever, or was that?
Yeah.
Just never
Okay, and it's taken years. I mean, it's taken me a lifetime of being an actor to come to this. It isn't something I came to or that I had. No. Oh my God. Like walking out of auditions and thinking, oh my God, why didn't I just, if I had only, but, shooting yourself. I pretty much have stopped doing that. I 95% of the time I walk out of auditions going, yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I could book that.
Yep.
But it's been years in the coming. I mean, I wish if I could tell my younger self one thing as an actor back when I was in my 20s and early 30s, it would be that.
That it's going to happen?
No. That stay out of the results.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay with the process. Stay with the process. Stay with the process.
And I mean, I know sometimes, kids, they necessarily don't want to hear what the other person has to say, but what have you tried? Have you tried to impart additional things to Sarah, since I know she pursues, acting and all that kind of stuff? I mean, is that the same kind of thing, or is there additional stuff that you're hoping that?
No. I tell her the same thing because, she's young in her career. She's been reading for some big things. She's up for things. And she hasn't gotten the really big ones. And I just remind her that there's so many reasons why you don't get a role. And then every once in a while you'll get a role. So no, these things, I'm able to share that with her. But I can see how hard it is for her because, she's young. She's late 20s, and it's a hard thing. And it's a difficult concept. I just have lived, I've been fortunate enough I've lived it, and I make a living, right? So it may be easier for me to say that. I'm in a place, financially, where I don't have to worry about paying bills. I don't have to, it's taken a lot of years, right, of work and stuff. And so if you got to pay your rent and you didn't get that job that would have been the thing that keeps you at Starbucks, or you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a different deal. And that's, back to the looping that changed me, because I didn't have to depend on getting that job. And so it freed me up to not care.
Hey there, this is Nathan one more time. Thanks so much for checking out the episode today. Please remember to subscribe so you don't miss anything ahead. If you enjoy what you've heard, please let others know. Write a review, post on social media, send an email, tell your entire acting class, or just a friend. I sincerely appreciate it. You can tag us at WAJ Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. We're also on Facebook and YouTube. I'd love to hear what you think of the show. Be sure to check out workingactorsjourney.com for our show notes with additional info and links mentioned in this episode, as well as all the episodes. We've got 25-plus interviews and 12-plus workshop presentations. Sign up for the email list so you're the first to hear about upcoming projects, workshops, and much, much more. Thanks again to today's guest and to everyone that makes these episodes possible. And a special thanks to you for listening. I'm Nathan Egan, and enjoy the journey.